Our next speech will be DTM Patti Adams, and actually she is way ahead of me. She is currently a distinguished Toastmaster, and she's in the advanced book, and she is going to be speaking to us on, well, I'll let her tell you, but it's an awesome speech, and the topic is, do you know your A1C?
Thank you, Toastmaster. You're very well done. And you all will give me a few minutes to set up. Do you know your A1C? Do you even know what A1C is? Well, I'm here to tell you what A1C is. Until recently, I had no idea what it was. I had some of the symptoms that kind of went along with it, but I didn't know that was a special test to test for diabetes, and it's called A1C. Through the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, it says that the A1C test is to check your levels of blood glucose and also your blood sugar over the past 3 months. It's based on glucose to hemoglobin and the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen. Some of the important things that you need to know about your A1C is, okay, so when is it normal? When is it considered pre-diabetes? And when is it considered that you are in fact diabetic? Your normal range is below 5.7%. Pre-diabetes is 5.7 to 6.4. And if it's over 6.5, then you are in fact diabetic. Mine was slightly over, just 6/6. The really crazy thing about that is I had been having the symptoms of diabetes for years. And I told my doctors for years, I don't feel good. Something is wrong. But not one of them ever took out time to run the test to confirm whether I was or whether I was not. According to the Center for Disease Control, there's a total of 29.1 million people, or 9.3% of the population, that has diabetes. That is a large amount of people that are considered to be diabetic. I'm a numbers person, so I wanted to bring it a little closer to home. So I looked up floridahealth.gov to find out what they had to say about it. And it says in Florida there's an estimated 2.4 million people. Well, there's a population of 20.27 million, so that would be 11% of us that have diabetes. That means that someone sitting in this room besides myself may have diabetes. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. There's different ones. There's gestational, that you typically only get when you're pregnant. There is type 1, which typically you have as a child and you never go out of. You have it the rest of your life. And then there's type 2. That one says that it occurs when your body makes insulin, but the insulin can't do its job. So glucose is not getting into the cells. Most people with diabetes have type 2. So a lot of us want to know, what are the symptoms of diabetes? And how were you feeling? So I'm going to pass this sheet on because I want to show you, well, I couldn't lie and say that I've only had a couple of these emotional trauma type things come on, but the truth would be that I felt like all of those. I felt shaky, I felt nervous, I felt extreme hunger, even when I shouldn't be, because I would actually be eating at that time. I had tingling and numbness in my hands and in my feet. And there was a lot of different things that was going on. So if you look at that sheet, it'll tell you some of the different emotions that's associated when your blood sugar takes a dive. You don't want it to go low, because when it goes low, you could go into a coma and you could actually die. So it is a very serious disease. Some of the other symptoms is extreme fatigue, blurry vision, and cuts and bruises that are slow to heal. So I thought it would be interesting, since this is considered a demonstration talk, to demonstrate to you what I do every day when I get up. The very first thing that I do before I eat, drink, do anything is I have what's called a blood sugar fasting. And I get out this nice little piece of equipment, and I have to have a test strip that goes in here. That's called the test strip. It comes in a little deal like this. And then there's a needle that's called a lancet. I never even knew what a lancet was. You take the lancet, you inject it in, you twist it off, and there's a needle. one that you probably cannot see because it's a pretty fine needle. And you twist it back on, you set it, and you poke your finger. Now, one thing that I had to learn is that when you poke your finger, it hurts, especially when you first start doing it. But what I've learned is if you do it on the side, it doesn't hurt as bad. So if you have diabetes and know someone that does it, they say, wow, I really hurt poking my fingers, give them that tip that it may hurt a little less if they do it on the side. When I'm done, I take it off. Here's a little holder for it, so that way kids or anybody won't get into it. I pop it out, and I put this back on. Now there's blood out of my finger. I didn't actually poke myself tonight because I've already done it first thing this morning. I actually put it on here and the blood comes across the strip and it gives me a number. Now my doctor said she wanted the number to be between 80 and 110. Mine's is ranging about 90 right now. So it's not too bad. It's doing pretty good. When I'm done, I take it out and I put all the equipment away. And then I have my first meal. Now what the doctors didn't tell me this time was, don't get up and do your fasting blood sugar and then immediately give yourself your Victoza because your blood sugar is going to drop and you're going to feel like crap. So the very first time I did that, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I don't feel good. Well, it went from like 80 something that morning to me taking my insulin or non-insulin in this case to dropping to about 50. So all of those symptoms I had was really bad. So I eat my first meal. I take this nice little needle. I flip off the end, tie it on, remove it, takes all of a couple of seconds. And so every single day, I dial up to the prescribed amount and I poke myself in the stomach. Now I see some of your faces, because that was my face the first time they told me that I was going to have to do that. I said, you must be kidding me. I'm not giving myself a shot in the stomach. You would not believe that it actually hurts less to poke myself in the stomach than it does to poke my finger. When I'm done, I take this nice thing and I put it in a nice sealed plastic hard container so that no one will get stuck with that needle that I just removed. It's not all bad because now they've given us quite a few things that we can do to take care of ourselves. So this is another sheet that I will pass around. It tells me to take my blood sugar every day, keep regular doctor's appointments, get eye exam because you could get what's called diabetes retinomy in your eye, retinopathy in your eye, which means you can start to lose your eyesight. I have to take really good care of my feet, so now I have to wear these ugly shoes instead of some Mac Q sandals because there could be a situation where I get a nail or something in my foot and I don't even know that it's in there and it would cause me great pain. I have to really check my weight to make sure that I go down. I've lost 16 pounds since December. That's not a lot, but for me, a person who can never lose weight because I was always hungry, that's a really big deal. Make sure that you monitor your blood pressure, keep that under control because it's all related to diabetes. So I will pass this around also. This is a demonstration talk because I really am passionate about making sure that 1, people go to the doctor, 2, that they tell their doctor, 3, that they make sure that their doctor listens to them or transfer to someone else, and most importantly, that they take care of their health and be well. Madam President.
Thank you so much for that, DTM, Patti Adams. I tell you, I have done medicine for 26 years in the military, and one of the things that we always dealt with was diabetes, and it's so important. It's one of those disease processes that even the medical professionals will miss, and it's a silent killer, just like hypertension. And before you know it, you will have major problems. It can cause kidney failure, and that's just one of the things that having undiagnosed or diabetes that it hasn't been, you're not monitoring it.